Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alexis. I am a young mama. I'm 20 years old and I have the most precious little boy. His name is Micah and he just turned 1. And today I'm going to be telling you and showing you how I got my son off of the pacifier. A little bit of background before I go ahead and show you how we did it. When my son was 1 week old is when we decided to introduce the pacifier. When I was pregnant, I didn't say no pacifier or yes pacifiers. I just decided to go with the flow and see what would happen. I was a little afraid to start the pacifier because the nurses, the doctors, the internet, Google, don't Google ever, everyone knows that, was telling me that he would get nipple confusion, it would affect my milk supply, and that it's the worst habit you could ever get your baby started on. But guess who did it? My son is still breastfeeding right now, over 1 year old. He just turned 13 months, so he's a year and a month old. And my milk supply was not affected by the pacifier. He was wanting to comfort feed all of the time and I just really needed him off of my nipple sometimes. So the pacifier was a lifesaver for me and I will personally use it with all of my future babies. If they take to pacifiers, I'm using a pacifier. I always told myself that I would take away the pacifier from my son once he was 1 year old. And the closer we got to 1 year old, I was like, man, I don't think I'm going to be able to. Like, he's so dependent on this pacifier. I feel awful taking away something that he is so attached to and finds comfort in. And so I just decided that I would let him decide when he was done. If that was when he was 2 years old, 3 years old, whenever. But the thing is that it just stopped working for us and I decided I think it's time when he was a little after 1. And the signs that told me that he was done is that during the day he wasn't really using it as often. He wasn't needing it all the time. The only times he really wanted it or cried for it was nap times and bedtimes. And I found myself offering it to him a lot more than he was asking for it. So I took a step back. I paid attention to how often he was asking for it, and he wasn't really asking for it except when he wanted to sleep. And I would offer it when he was upset and he would cry even more, cry with it in his mouth, throw it away, like throw it on the ground. So it wasn't serving its purpose and it started becoming a crutch, a bad thing more than anything. It used to help him sleep through the night and then it started being the reason he woke up in the middle of the night. So I said goodbye pacifier and this is how I did it. First we have this pacifier attached to a little lovey. So hopefully he attaches to the lovey more than the paci. And we're just going to cut off the very tip. Hardly anything. So there. It's not very big. It's just like a little hole kind of. And we're going to do it to this one. Okay. And let's do it to this one as well. These are definitely not all of the pacifiers that he owns. They're just kind of spread out all about, so as I find them, I'll clip them the same way. Let's see if he notices it. That's your paci. It has a hole in it. Here. Stop being funny. Okay, well, he doesn't really want the pacifier right now, so he's just having fun with it. But I will definitely update you guys on whether he cares. He definitely notices it, and we'll see if it... is it weird? Yeah. He definitely notices that it's different. But he doesn't seem to be angry about it, which is a good thing. We'll keep it like this for about 3 days. And then we'll cut it a little bit shorter. Okay? I just put Micah down for bed. It is day 1 of the pacifiers. He doesn't really use them during the day anymore, mostly just for nap times and bedtimes. He's complained a little bit. I haven't really seen him actually put the pacifier in his mouth. There he goes. He's complaining a little bit about it, definitely, but he's kind of just squirming around. I don't really see him looking for his pacifier. Alright, so it's 3 days later on a Friday, and the whole idea behind this was I could wean him off the pacifier a little bit quicker instead of giving it only at nap times and only in the car or only a couple hours a day. This would wean him but also give him like the option to decide that he's done, but he hasn't wanted them, he hasn't asked for them, he hasn't fussed over them. So I'm just going to show you guys what I was going to do. So first I was going to cut the tip off like this. Then after 3 days, which would be today, I would cut the whole tip off. Before I only cut off a little bit. So I would cut off like that maybe a little bit less. Then 3 days later, I would cut like a quarter of it off. So a little bit lower. Like this. Then 3 days later, I would cut half of it off. So then it would end up like this. And the whole idea is for him to get frustrated or just decide that this isn't as good as the whole pacifier. But he hasn't fussed over it at all. So I'm just going to throw all of his pacifiers away right now while he isn't crying about them. I kept his pacifiers in this little container. These are what I had in there. I had to take them off of little pacifier things, pacifier clips, and I know for a fact that I have more laying around the house. So as I come across them, they're just going right into the garbage. Bye-bye, Pacis. Do you miss your Pacis at all? Yes or no? It hasn't been very hard letting go of Pacis, have it? Where's your paci? Micah, where's your paci? Yeah, they're over there in the jar, but not anymore. Because there's no more pacis. And that is how I got my son off of a pacifier. He was honestly off of it by day 1, but I went ahead and did it for another 3 days. And when I went to cut it a little bit shorter, he wasn't even using it. So I was like, you know what? He's not crying for it. Let's throw it away. He did so well. He was really, really easy to wean off of it. Everybody psyched me up for it. They were telling me that it's going to be so bad. He's going to cry so much. I should wait till he's older. I should let him wean himself off of it. But I'm really glad that I didn't because I just kind of looked for the signs and I felt that he was ready. And I think that I did it at a good time. And since he was ready, it was such an easy transition to stop using them and having them in his life. I hope that this video helped you if you're struggling or if you're thinking about taking the pacifier away from your baby. Don't be afraid to take it away and don't be ashamed for using a pacifier. It was such a help for so long, but they're not meant to have them forever. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Share our videos so others can find help in this video. Bye guys!